So another day, another King Charles money cash scandal. Are we surprised? I'm not. Hey guys, it's Morali. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Back again with another Royal Nugget video. If you have not subscribed, guys, click that button. It is daily and consistent content on this channel. Subscribe, click that button, send a super thanks if you guys wish to, and give this video a thumbs up. So let's get into this, where King Charles, exclusively being reported by the Sunday Times, is being reported in trying to be, taking money once again. Hear the story out, guys, and listen carefully. The King's Charity is being forced to return up to £110,000 to the Indian government after Charles pretended to front a deal for an NHS alternative medicine clinic that was never set up because the NHS never approved it, despite the fact that King Charles said that it was. In April 2018, Charles unveiled a plaque marking the inauguration of a Centre of Excellence and Research and Indian Traditional Medicine at St. Charles Hospital with the Indian Prime Minister. Under the plans, the Indian Prime Minister is also a waste man. Under the plans, local GPs were to refer patients for Ayush treatments. The term refers to practices including yoga, naturopathy and homeopathy. The Indian government made its six-figure payment to the King's Foundation, then known as the Prince's Foundation, which was supposed to use its health and well-being expertise to help set up the project. Health and well-being expertise, guys, is in quotation marks. It was described by supporters as a landmark moment in Charles's decade-long effort to integrate alternative medicines into the NHS. However, the NHS at no point agreed to the plans, despite the fact that King Charles had an entire inauguration event, moment, festival, whatever the hell you want to call it, and accepted £110,000. Those involved including Dr. Michael Dixon, a part-time GP and homeopathy advocate from Devon, whom Charles recently appointed head of the Royal Medical Household, and Isaac Matai, a self-styled doctor who runs Sukhya, a homeopathic yoga retreat in Bangalore. Asked to describe its involvement, a spokesperson for the West London Clinic Commissioning Group, which administered St. Charles' Hospital at the time, said there was no involvement. He added there were talks, but the centre did not materialise as the proposed collaboration did not move forward. So all of that was done for no reason. Well, evidently it was for image PR to accept the £110,000. Under the charity law, if a donor contributes to a specific project, the money becomes restricted and cannot be spent on anything else. If a charitable organisation wishes to use restricted funds for another purpose, it must first contact the regulator and have the donor's permission. Interesting. The scheme appears to have been in direct conflict with the NHS policy. The year before the launch of the clinic, Simon Stephens, chief executive of NHS England, unveiled strict, clear guidance banning the routine prescription of homeopathy and herbal remedies on the health service. So why would he create this after a year after all of this was very much clear, Charles? Describing them as the best a placebo and nothing more, and a misuse of NHS funds. India's External Affairs Ministry published documents 2 years later confirming the government had made a payment to develop an Ayush centre at St. Charles' Hospital, London. The money came out of the budget of the Ayush Ministry, which the Indian Prime Minister has used the tool of diplomacy. Interesting. The Charles Modi unveiling took place at the Science Museum. According to newly served video footage, Charles praised alternative forms of treatment and told a troupe of Indian dancers, "This is why I'm really trying to get these Ayush centres going here." He was delighted. The same week, Dixon, 71, visited the Indian High Commission in London to finalise an agreement under which Modi's government would support the St. Charles Clinic. In a signing ceremony resembling an official event, which is basically what it is, the doctor sat in front of a British flag and signed a whole, contract and etc. to integrate this. Following the Queen Elizabeth's death last September, Charles appointed Dixon head of the Royal Medicine Household, making him the most senior medic in Buckingham Palace. He also accompanied him on his visit to Kenya when it came to that absolute shit show, which is what it was. So yet again, Charles is being caught, accepting money into charitable organizations, charitable banks, that are meant to be restricted, that he's using for himself. And again, it just begs the question, why is this man creating an entire ceremony, the Prime Minister's flying in, all for you to create a homeopathy, area, vicinity, centre that never took place, claiming that the NHS approved it when the NHS never approved it. The NHS made a clear guidance that they don't want to approve this a year before, yet somehow all of this was done. And all of it was, in my opinion, my theory, a image PR move to just accept the money. And the money was never really used because there's no centre that has been created. So why are you taking £110,000? why the hell does King Charles need this money? That's what I don't understand. This is not the first time this man has been included in some kind of cash scandal where he's accepting money from billionaires in Australia, New Zealand, or you have him accepting money from the Indian government to create centers that never really existed. What are you doing with this money? I don't understand. You are a wealthy man. You have elite wealth, far more than the money you're trying to borrow from other people. So what are you doing with this money? Why are you accepting it? Where is the money going? I don't understand. King Charles, since he's become king, it's been an absolute shit show, you know, from what was going on in Kenya, Prince Harry's spare book, obviously, you know, dragging him as well. And then, of course, you have, you know, these cash scandals and yet again another one. It's just pathetic. The Byline Times article, it's just not looking good for this man. But I think yet again, he's just being exposed for another cash scandal, accepting money. Like, what are you doing with this money? I don't understand. This is the third or fourth time he's done this. He probably was doing it before. We all know he exchanged a significant amount of money for somebody in Saudi Arabia to be given a passport. Like, what dealings does this man have? I feel like Charles is doing stuff behind the scenes that we have no idea about and that he's been doing with loads of people. And now he just owes a lot of powerful people money. And I don't think he wants to use his own wealth. I feel like he knows that he's able to get money from different places and people, and therefore that is what he's doing. Because to me, this is just very alarming, very confusing. I don't understand it. It's just odd and weird. Make it make sense, please, because I'm very confused. Anyways, let me know your thoughts when it comes to this. Subscribe to the channel. Click that button, guys. It is daily and consistent content. Another Royal Nugget video for you guys. Make of this what you will. Please do subscribe. It's just one click, guys. I would really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys soon for another video.